my headphones. Oh. Today is one of those days. It's Tuesday. And I may have made a huge mistake with what I did to lay out this floor, but you know what? I'm going with it. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I didn't want to do that. Good morning, all. Should probably do a sound check. Make sure you guys can hear me. Man, this floor is terrible. I'm gonna have to take it out. It's singularly the worst thing I've ever done. What was I thinking? Alright, let me see what I can do. Get out. Gonna have to go basic. The best thing. It's nice and gray. Gray is nice and easy to work with. You can actually see what's going on with gray. You want a neutral color for your background. I don't know what I was thinking. So anyway. Good morning. We're back in at City. Hey, and Kitty. Okay, so before I continue with my shenanigans, let's check in with you guys and see what's up. And while I do that, I'm going to check in. I'm going to go and show you what we have and why I am restarting. So, how is everybody doing this morning? Hey, Dirty. Good morning, Mr. Black. Hey, I'm Kitty. Good to see you as always. Dirty. I say dirty already. Okay, yeah. It's only 3 of you guys talking so far. But so good morning. We've had a bit of a busy time. The server has been a little glitchy. I'll tell you that right now. Been very, very glitchy. I'm gonna put this over on my other screen. What is it? Jeez, okay. Alright. So we're over on my other screen. And let me continue my story here. Oh, so hey, Rooster, what's up? You guys gotta see Rooster's foot is moving. It's huge. He's working out a lot of the dynamics. But okay, so I actually was wondering if I was even going to be able to stream tonight. You see this right now? This is all jagged. Hold on. I'm going to reconnect this. Because that shouldn't be happening. Over on the TV, it's nice and clear. So something is interfering with the signal in between. And I do not like that. And it's still doing it. So I actually had a bit of a worry last night that I was not going to be able to stream at all because of just how glitchy the game was. But I eventually realized that it was due to my location. We were having a chat about complexity yesterday, and as people started, putting opinions that that some complexity was caused by proximity to other builds, how many builds you have in the area, I started to realize that I may have made a critical error here, especially with these 4 builds over here. Do you see how this is freezing right now? This wasn't freezing just now. So, and if you think about it, this is actually around the same size as the one that almost squishes Luke. So, you can imagine hearing this walk across the landscape. So this is what we're building here. But here's the worst part of this. As I'm going over here, this seems to be, I seem to have built this on a chunk. So every time I cross over a certain point, it freezes and it has, there we go, and it has a glitch. And it makes building that very, very difficult. So I've got my, I'm gonna come back and show these guys. But right now they're my reference models. This is the basic model, the fast model. You guys can go and build an accurate looking AT-AT without that stupid body that I gave you. You just have to use the tools that are right there in front of you. And oh man, the glitch was even worse, dude. It at one point I tried to jump, and every time I jumped, this happened. I would end up actually smashing. So I was on Haskins ATST. Hey, Esperate del Pacito. What's up? Anyway, I was on Haskins ATST and I jumped off. But instead, I jumped up and smashed down and broke an entire leg. It's still standing back there, but it was horrible. And I couldn't quite figure out what the heck was going on. Okay, so over there. So it was only when I left this entire area and went back over to the Millennium Falcon that I realized that all of the glitchiness had stopped. So apparently it doesn't like over here, especially with two complexity builds. So this is where we are today. Once you hit complexity, I don't know, it affects everything else around. Maybe complexity works like a claw or something. Anyway, we are back to the actual Lego set. I'm going to be building directly from the set today. I will not be I'm not going to try to combine my previous build with this build. I'm just going to build clean from the set, but I will take certain liberties where I know certain things may be a little bit off because we need to have thrusters and balloons and everything else. So, with that out of the way, let's get to building. Where the heck is... stupid cord. Let's try this. Alright, so do we have good movement? You can hear me fine? Everything alright? I'm building in the dark again. Inventory, codex. Let me see if we can get a night light so we can at least have that. Man, I need to empty my pockets. Something you should do at the beginning of every build. You can't hear the audio though. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it just me? Hello? Let's get a face check. Face check. How are we sounding, guys? Hey Legion, what's up? Just trying to get a little feedback on the sound. Loud and clear. Perfect. Pt2, I don't know what's going on with your sound. But today it is not me. And YouTube says I have a great connection. Alright, so we're going to be using a combination of pieces here for this because it does require a few bits. So let's take a look at Mos Eisley because they have this nice corners. Nice cornered sections. Is this too big? No, it is not too big. It's the exact right size. Big problem here being is that it's the wrong color, but that's fine because we don't see the color anyway. Oh, in case you guys missed it, there's a good reason, especially with something this size, to build on a platform. A, you can smash the platform out and actually get it off the ground so it can walk. And B, well, yeah, that's it. Plus, it gives you a flat surface to work on. And you cannot beat a flat surface at times. Trust me on that. So we're doing a little bit of substitution immediately. Apparently, there's supposed to be a tire that goes under here, but don't quote me on that. What are we doing here? We are doing... Okay, we got that bit. Excuse me. No worries, Dirty, no worries. So I actually had someone... man, this kid kills me. Same kid that was lying about his render speed the other day. He's gone and built an AT-AT, and he's asking me if I wanted to use him for inspiration. And I don't understand people sometimes, especially not understanding who they're dealing with, who they're talking to. And I'm wondering if it's like a willful thing. Because I made the first AT-AT in the game ever a year ago. So it's actually quite interesting, the lack of knowledge some people have. But the history of where we've been. Because I can't expect everyone to know everything, but it was still quite interesting to have that offer made. And made by someone who is a viewer. I'm not chasing after. Oh man, I don't hear any music today. Yeah, he's a troll. Definite troll. Come on, he was here lying about his render speed, for gosh sakes. Remember that guy? Same guy. But it did bring up the age-old question of how to deal with internet trolls. Do you engage them? Do you pay any attention whatsoever, or do you just go about and mind your own day, go about your day, mind your own business? Hey, Captain Jared, what's up? So you guys can see the spread of this immediately. I am feeling a little sluggish over here. I don't know if it's the processor or what. How does this look for you guys? Over here it's fine. It's great. I don't feel sluggish at all. Here I feel a little delayed. Um, yes, Jared. Thank you. You know, Rooster, I am usually on the block everybody train. That is just my ammo. Oh. Oh, bugger. Because that's just how I roll. Okay, so I screwed that up. I forgot there was an important piece in here. Nope. Let's get 6. 6 and a 2. Right here. Okay, I think that one works there. So we have a shape. I think that shape works quite well. Hey, Neutral Guy Sweden. Greetings and welcome. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am the MadPuck66. I haven't seen your name around before, so I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm the MadPuck66, and I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. till 10 a.m. Always doing live builds here. Lately, it's been a lot of Star Wars. In fact, it's been Star Wars for pretty much almost the whole year. Oh yeah, it's a real big fun. We are building the attack, and we are going from the Lego instructions. So there are no shenanigans, no mistakes. Well, lots of mistakes, but this is and no accusations to anybody that you stole my design. Yeah, no. This is if anybody's going to come in and say that I stole their design, it's going to be Lego. Because I am using the PDF from the item shop. Not item shop, the Lego store. See, Fortnite has got us conditioned to saying Legos, it's like item shop. Oh, crap. I can't even put down the next foot because this thing is so huge. I don't know where the next one will go. Alright, what we got here? We got on top. And then we got black. So we use this. I don't think you'll ever see this again, so why the heck not? I think the next piece actually comes up to cover quite a bit of it. Oh. But I have noticed there have been a lot more trolls around recently. I have passed 3,000 viewers, so and I think my the video for Luke Skywalker's X-Wing is actually doing quite well. So more viewers means more attention, which means more. Oh, there it is. More trolls. It's just going to be one of the things that happens. So we'll get used to it and we will adapt accordingly. But if you guys have ever wondered why some of the bigger streamers don't respond in the comments, it's a very good reason. All right. So we're making progress. Thing is, this is just the base of the foot. We haven't even gotten to the rise of it yet. So if you're feeling like Luke Skywalker at this point and you think you can take on the Empire, yeah, good luck to you, buddy boy. Whoa. There's a whole other layer now. I did not see this coming. I mean, I built this, but I think I may have missed a step. Did I miss a step? Okay, we go up. Ah, this is interesting. Up to the side, and then there's one on top. And then there's the 3. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Yep, I see what I did. There was a lot of pieces inside, and it's going to make this a lot heavier. So I skipped the middleman, which may have been a mistake. Or not. There's a pretty big foot. Alright. So I'm going to continue in that same vein, and guess what? I'm going to skip the middleman. I will share the link to the instructions in a second, so you guys can see what I'm doing. I mean, like, there's like 4 PDF files that you have to look at for each part here. One part is just for the feet and lower legs, just to give you an idea of what exactly we're dealing with here. Roof pieces, Moss Isley. We're going to go for the curves now. Where is it? There it is. Haha. This piece is one of my new favorites. If I can aim this thing. There we go. There. Perfect. Goes right to the flat. Is it supposed to go all the way down? I think it is. Down to the blue. The blue goes down. Then it connects to here. So we do this a couple more times. So 1, 2, and 3. There. That's what we're looking at. Alright, and then we do it again. And again. And again. So, we're in for a bit of a ride, people. I mean, I thought I had built big before. But this is something on a different level. This is the UCS Ultimate Collector Series version of the AT-AT. They had released an earlier version. I think this is 2021. And they had released another version back in 2019. I'll have to actually go and verify that date. But both of these sets are discontinued. You can only get them on eBay or through other means, or by buying an inferior brand on Temu or wherever. The official set is no longer available. They don't, and I don't know if they'll ever bring it back to the Lego store. But because we did have a different version from the first order, and actually, I think Mr. Black had asked me if I was going to build that one, and I was like, hell no, because it was just so big. And I had already decided that that wasn't going to happen, mainly because I knew how time-consuming this build was going to be, and I wouldn't be able to get back to the Falcon and the Razor Crest for a good while if I committed to this build. But Fortnite played me. They went and they did the one thing anyone can tell you is sure to bait me. They went and delivered a build that was so atrocious. I have no choice but to respond. So this is why we're here today. Because I like big builds. But I like good build. I like good builds. And Fortnite is not supposed to be out there pushing out trashy builds. Yes, the head. Something is so wrong with the head. What are they thinking? 1BG, I'm following the instructions from the Lego store. Here, let me show you. Let me share the link like I said I was going to do. Content, live, stream. Alright, here's the link. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you for that, Sir Laughs a lot. Sorry, Legion. I appreciate it. Yeah, the head was just wrong. Hey, Kathy. What are we building today? We are building a big dang foot. Look at it. It's a Bigfoot. Bigfoot, the legend continues. We're working on the AT-AT. Yes, Kaboom, you are correct. Doing something horribly in front of a professional is surprisingly motivational. So yes, consider me motivated. Good to see you here, Kaboom. Today is Tuesday, so are you streaming today? Or are you taking it easy? I like big builds and I cannot lie. All the other builders that they can't deny something. I can't think. I am not a rapper, man. I can't think of lyrics on the fly. Especially good lyrics. Oh my. Oh yeah, this is gonna be huge. It's gonna be so huge. Like, Kaboom. You remember that 13 meters that I from the ground that I said was the standard length height? That's out the window with this particular build. Out the window. So go ahead and follow the 13 meters. That's perfect for scale, but for the actual Lego piece, nuh-uh. It's just not gonna fly, man. So I will let you know how this all shapes up. But 13 meters is now out the window. I'm going to do a little bit of interpretive. Oh wait, hold on. No, because this space is actually good for some thrusters and balloons, and I'm still trying to find a way to fix these corners. Seriously? When Lego walk in with the horrible build, it makes Pup wonder why. Okay, let me stop rapping before I get myself in trouble, because I will. Okay, are these lined up? That's not lined up properly. That is half a stud off. I don't like it being that low. Why are you so low? Is this supposed to line up? It's supposed to be slightly higher. So that's a little concerning. Okay. I wonder if we can get that flush or not. I doubt we can. Because if I take it up one, it's going to be a little too high. See? That's way too high. but it is aligned to the bottom. You're supposed to, maybe I should have started from the top in order to get that alignment right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add another one because the alignment is completely off. So this one, by adding to here, snapping to here, and pushing it up, I should be able to now take this piece and align it to there so that it's aligned to the very top of that piece, because it's aligning to the bottom of that one. So just a quick explanation of what I'm doing and why. You know, anybody new will be wondering like why I'm doing these things. We have a couple of new people. Alright, so there we go. We're now back in the center. And I will show you exactly why I did that. Get that away. Now this is going to be a little higher from the ground, but it's going to end up being worth it. There. A little higher, but it's now flush to the top. And that's the part that we really need to worry about. So, I'm going to have to come and redo these. It's all trial and error sometimes. There are no mistakes, just opportunities to learn. The best thing about doing one foot is that once it's done, you have the experience of having done the foot, so you can go and do the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. By the time you have done 4 feet, you are going to be a foot expert, well, a foot and leg expert. All right, here we go, right there. Can I snap to that? Only the top. Alright, here we go. Take that out. Okay. Jake, I've already done the Star Destroyer. It is, in order to do it to proper scale, it is way too big. The biggest one that I've done was 199 meters long. The actual size of the Star Destroyer, in order to do it justice, is 1,500 meters. So, with that said, I will not be doing another Star Destroyer. Because when I actually scaled it down and did a small version, it was tiny. There's no other way around it. It was just tiny, and it wasn't worth it. So, no more Star Destroyers for me. Not, at least not until they can fix complexity and render distance. Because with something that big, it was actually impossible to see the end of it. Because it's just so big. I believe max render distance so far for builds is about how big is max render distance? How long? Like 80 meters, and then you can't see your build anymore. So imagine you build a ship, you can't even see the back of it or the front of it. You can't steer it. Hell, even if you manage to get it to fly in the first place. Fact is, most of the ships that you will think of to ask me to build, I may have already done them. Ask me to build the Razor Crest. Did it. Asked me to build a Millennium Falcon. Built 2, working on the third. Yes, the dream job is a footmaker. You can be a footmaker for the Empire. Not a bad job. The Imperial Footmaker. Coming to you on Fox. Actually on Disney now, isn't it? Alright, these pieces actually don't even really matter, but I'm gonna do them anyway. Because they matter to somebody. So we're going to get these lined up to there. And then let's bring these in, shall we? Alright, and top. And it's fascinating watching an entire foot, right? You'd expect more, but this is a big build. So if you want excitement and, you know, chaos and stuff, sorry guys, this is not the stream. We have a different kind of chaos over here. Huh. This seems different than the last time I built it. Oh well. Let me see, what can I do here? I can't do a 6. But I can put the pieces on top. Okay, let's see what we got. Now, no, I'm not even going to bother filling that in because it's going to get covered in a second. There it is. Oh, yeah, the underside should have been reinforced. That's something that I'm going to have to do when I get it into the air. Okay. So now it's asking me to do the impossible, which is to get these things on an angle. Actually, I wonder. You know, I'm not going to pass this up. I'm going to try it this time. Because last time, I ignored this bit. And then was trying to do it after the fact. I regretted not even trying. Because it wasn't possible for me to do it at the time. So, not going to ignore this part. So, let's see. Will it be nice to me? I need to transfer this onto something else. That's the key. So, what can I do? What can I do? This is already turned. So it should work to come off of this. If I did another piece off of here. Too big? Yeah, that one is too big. You got a 2x4. 2x4 right here. One of the key things here is that most pieces that you try to transfer at an angle, they don't like to interact with regular pieces, but sometimes they will interact better with pieces that are already turned. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's just something that I have noticed that occurs from time to time. So, that one does not like it. Does not like it one little bit. Maybe it's because of that particular angle. That's like a 45-degree angle, and the game does not like 45s. I would have to put this into the ground and then pray that they get it right. So we have a couple things working against us to get this in. So that's kind of why that was left open in the first place. Now I could either spend the next half an hour trying to figure that out, or I can come back and try to do it later. Drive it off a mountain. All right, so okay, we are. Oh, how did I handle this? I think with this bit, I allowed myself a little bit of leeway, or did I? It's 8. I'm resisting the urge to go out and check right now. Because it was all about trying to get to the center. And about 3s. It needs to get smaller as it goes to the center. So now I need to actually bring this in from the sides. With a piece under there, we can actually take it longer. So 12 piece will do that. Either a 12 or a smaller piece. So 12. Then that would match over here. What we're doing is we're building the grade, since we don't have the curve. So this is what your base level looks like. I think that works. Alright, let me see if we can replicate it. When you walk out on me. And then one more. So this is kind of like early circle creation. You can try to figure out how to make circles and curves just using rectangles and math. So much math. Too much math. I'm traumatized by the amount of math. Hey, Arison. I think that's Arison. Okay, next section. So we got the back. So that should be a 12 as well. And that, okay, and the 12 is only on one side. Ah, that's actually kind of sneaky. Check this out. So 1 and 2. And that covers both sides. So I can come back here and do that same thing. And both sides are covered. You have a nice gradation. See, there you go. Nice gradation. Almost perfect. Oh, okay, yeah. I see where it's going. One, two. Not one. One, two. There you go. Absolute perfection. Shadlesky, best thing to do is go and start building it. But be prepared, if you're going to build it to a proper size, just be prepared to make a lot of mistakes because it's yes. Oh, sorry, Neutral Guy Sweden. I just saw your comment. Um, oh, yes, this will move. And Kitty, what was a good earworm? I don't even know what I was singing. All right. Yeah. One second. What's going on here? Okay. That was Haskins. He was texting me. I thought it was something important. Haskins, the ultimate troll. I'm kidding. He's not. He wasn't. That was from before. And it could have waited. I just, saw this red notification. Alright, so here we go. We got this here. And that's in the center, so we're good there. Good morning, Haskins. Oh, Shadletsky, if any bit of advice I can give to you, it's don't wait for your friend. Just go ahead and build. Just do it, because otherwise you're gonna keep waiting and waiting and waiting. Has it stopped raining since I've been here? Okay. Thank you, Haskins. I will turn down the in-game settings. Audio. Wow, that's loud. Has it stopped raining? Because it doesn't feel like it stopped. It doesn't even feel like daytime has come. Okay. Hey, it's not raining inside. Amazing. All right, let's just go back over here. So it stopped raining. I swear, if this is the night bug, the rain, the beach bug, I am going to be so annoyed. Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. Well, now I'm annoyed. Look, not a single rain cloud in the sky. None. And it's daytime. It's morning. Yes, the rain is quite calming. I didn't think we had this much rain. So we were actually been have we been building in the dark this entire time? I was kind of locked in. So I didn't even notice. Okay. No rain. We're okay? All right. That's a relief. Otherwise, I would have thrown a fit. You want to see an epic? Hold on 1 second. That's my mom. Headset. Well, Fearless, I go live every day, same time. So you can always find me here. All right. Let's get back into this, shall we? Okay, top of this. So we're making some good progress on the foot here. Now, I actually thought this was a top originally, but nope, no such luck. Because you build this thing and you're kind of anxious about where does it end? Where does it end? The truth of the matter is that it doesn't end. This never ends. This foot is forever. This foot is going to go. Is going to be sent on to your grandchildren and your great grandchildren and everybody after. Because it is just that big. So that was this particular piece is actually from the Lockheed's Lighthouse. And Unfortunately, that actually takes you have to use a different piece or a different combination of pieces in order to get anything even close to this. Because a lot of people don't have that lighthouse. It's one of those lighthouses that you wish they would actually bring back because it is such a good piece. The that entire kit. But yeah, I know a lot of people looked at the Lockheed's lighthouse and said, "I am never going to need that." I mean, I was one of those people. Seriously. And I said that I was never going to use that kit. I was so wrong. It's the pieces from the kit that are more important than the actual build itself. And that's something that I think a lot of us have had to come to terms with. It's always the individual piece. Okay, so that's my high horse. I'm getting off of it. But it's also my greatest thing to say. Go. If you're hesitating about buying the kits, don't. You will want to own them at some point, and you're just going to end up complaining about not owning the kits. Okay, so this part I had to take a lot of creative liberties with because we just don't have the right type of pieces. So, another adventure into circle building. How many of you have actually tried to build circles with the blocks? Show of hands. Anybody? 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 I'm kidding, of course. I know it's not something that a lot of people really even give much thought to, but the ability to build circles is something that should be taught. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should be like your first day in Fortnite. Fortnite 101. Lego Fortnite 101. Here's how to build circles. One, two. 1, 2, 3. And this is like one of the most basic circles you can pretty much build. You got one side 4. And then fill in the middle. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. It's not about having a perfect circle. It's about having the idea of a circle. Oh man, kaboom! Yes, it was. we had actually been working on circles around the same time. So it was really cool to see that somebody else was, especially since it was Kaboom himself, somebody else was actually working on building circles. I think I got caught up in the whole circle thing when I had to go and build the Enterprise. And the Enterprise, that was quite an undertaking, I will tell you right now. Because there's a lot of circles going on there. So I had to go and try to figure out how to do circles in a hurry. And went through like all kind of Minecraft circle generators and everything. But Minecraft circle generators only work to a point because they're actually dealing with cubes, actual cubes in Minecraft. Whereas in Lego Fortnite, cubes, what are those? We don't have cubes around here. We have rectangles. So the dimensions for the top never, ever, ever measured up to the dimensions for the sides. So there's a bit of interpretation that we had to do just to get circles. But the first place we started was top down. Top down circles using the blocks. So this is where everything begins. Where the heck was I? All right, so now I gotta find out how long. Bloody hell! There's my mom again. Come on. One sec. One sec. One sec. Okay. Bit of a situation trying to deal with there with my mom. So let's see. Let's get this in before she calls back. I may have to go. But let's see. Man, I missed the music that was here. Okay, that is way too long now. Holy crud. Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob Donald. What's up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There should be 12 all the way across. Should be 24. So I've gone too long. My bad. My very, very bad. No! Dang it. Alright, let's try there. Is that... Okay. Okay, 938. Fun times. Oh yes, this is bigger than most people's houses. Oops, my bad. My bad. Yes, my mic was still off. I just thought that the button was pushed, and the button doesn't like to be pushed. So, dang you, button. Dang you. All right, what we got here? What we got? What we got? We got a whole bunch of mess on top. I think I'm going to not confuse the entire situation. We were supposed to have come up one more, but to tell you the truth, I think that's too high because this is not supposed to be like. Here's the thing: these are um, 2 blocks high. Two. plates high. And you really have to know your measurements when you're doing stuff like this. These are 4, so 3.5. Okay, so 3.5. Oh, actually, this is exact. Oh my god! Holy crap, dudes! These are exactly 3 planks high. These are now actual substitutions. Oh, that is huge. Usually there's a half space gap on top or the bottom. These are exactly. When did that measurement change? Okay, let me see. I obviously mismeasured this. This is big. This is seriously big. Because for ages I've been begging for a single piece that was the actual size of a block. So see those guys there, and then these blocks are standard block, and these are 3 high. Oh, okay, hold on. So those are 4 high. Okay. I miscounted there. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 4. Boom. So this is 3 high. That's 4 high. Okay. The I did miscount, but I miscounted here, not before. So anyway, my whole point that I was trying to make, I don't know if this was with the microphone on or not, I forget, was that I am not going to take those another step higher, because this is the perfect height for what we need. Now this is, I think this is misaligned. I'm actually going to bring that block, the entire thing down to match up to the bottom, because that's where it's supposed to be. And because these middle pieces here are too big. So let's just remake this. And we're going to fill this in a little differently than how they're asking us to. So here's what we're going to do. This is 4 over. So we go 4. That's 4. For the sake of stability, we're going to do that, and then we're going to put that over there, turn it again, and move on with our lives. We are, like I said, we are limited with the number of curved pieces, especially for pieces the half of a donut like we have here. And these are currently what we have. If anyone can go and make a different shape, please, by all means, go knock yourself out. I'd love to see what you come up with. But this is our ankle, our foot. And now we can actually move on to the leg. But we're going to look at how we're going to do the swivels and how we're going to possibly attach the upper part, because the upper part needs to have some kind of stability. So I'm going to see what I can do in the next 10 minutes. I kind of have a plan for that, but I need to be able to get it on a post so that we can stabilize it after it's on the swivel. Any testing for the actual leg itself is going to have to be done on a separate contraption, or to get a few things figured out, or we're going to have to build the entire thing and then test the mechanisms. So we're going to have a complete structure first. And look at that leg. Seriously. Look at that leg. This is the leg that will crush you. Dang, that's big. All right, so we're supposed to have done a couple more things on the inside here, but since we don't need to, I'm going to reclaim some pieces. Oops. I knew that was going to happen. But I went ahead anyway, because I'm stubborn that way. Okay, come on, be nice. Be nice. Snap to yourself, bro. The brohemoth. Okay, seriously? Oh, there we go. Better. Much better. No, we have to plan before we get complexity. My whole point is to avoid complexity. Well, that's at least the plan. Let's see how that works out. Haskins, you should be one to talk. You're the one. You're the one espousing the virtues of complexity. You were saving lots of pieces when you were building the ATSD. So you've been down this route just on a smaller scale. That was such a good build, man. Such a good build. Did it tell you that I broke it? We had a little incident yesterday where this is the glitch that causes you to jump and smash your axe, your pickaxe. If you're holding a shovel, it causes you to jump and then just start digging and digging, and you can't stop digging no matter what you do. It was just this incredible glitch that just went wrong so badly. Lots of... Oh, come on. Seriously? Lots of items for 1 foot. Yes, it is lots of items for 1 foot. We're not anywhere close to complexity. Man, the people who worry about complexity, you guys kill me. Complexity is to be embraced. Come, feel the chaos. Embrace the chaos. Be a brother in complexity. Complexity gives and complexity gives away, takes away, but you have to kind of understand it at the same time, or at least try to. Why are you turning? Why does it do this? Anybody? Have they figured out why it does this? There's nothing on it. It's one wrong move. Wrong move. Yes. Haha. I got you. Man, playing games with your games. Jeez. All right, you get on there. So you can get on there. And so that I can do this. Nope. Far away. There we go. Who's British? Did my accent go British? I'm sorry. I'm a liar. How's that? There's that good British accent. My terrible British accent. I have a couple of British friends, and they I admire them, and I tend to be a mimic sometimes because you kind of mimic what you admire, and their speech patterns tend to rub off, especially with the British speech patterns, the slang and everything. The British themselves really don't appreciate it the way that we do, but sometimes it just happens. And I read a lot of British literature as well. Huge influence over my life. Are we gonna have a hitbox situation? So sometimes I will pronounce a lot of words in a non-American way. It just what happens when you have a lot of influences. I have Spanish slang that slips into my vocabulary as well, although not as much as it used to. Usually only when I'm swearing these days. Sounded kind of British. I can't even begin to tell you the number of my friends who are actors. So there's like a lot of influences out there that really do influence how I speak. All right, so this is the top part. I'm just trying to get it sturdy right now. Why aren't you moving? I'm really hoping this is not one of those hitbox situations where it doesn't like. Oh, hold on. It's not a hitbox situation. It's not going to go past that point situation because of those. So I actually need to be much wider. So I'm going to take my pieces here and extend a little further out from the side so we can actually have clearance. But a really good good intel here that the ankles will work as intended. And these blocks will actually serve as good markers. So now I can take these off. 1, 2. There we go. Much better. Much better. So I can actually control where that goes just by the placement of it. So we have that's off center, way off center. Woo! Dang. The whole idea is to get this part into an area where we can now build off the build the legs straight up. So a couple of extra steps. But totally worth it in the end. All right. And you know what? I just realized what we could do on the top of that is put a bar in the right place, but it needs to be over on top. I wonder if this could work. Here. 9:58. I gotta run off to work. Something about paycheck, etc., etc. if we can get this bar in the same place on both sides, then any additional weight on this is just going to bring it down flat. And flat is something we can work with. See, there you go. We got one. So we're going to use physics against it. This needs to be just a little further back. Yeah. There we are. That's going to be awesome. Okay, guys, have a great day. Thank you for joining in and, with the festivities and everything. I will be continuing this build. I can't promise that I am going to build this entire thing all online, but I will try to do what I can online. I do hope to have both of these done, all four of these legs done by tomorrow. And I will, if necessary, if possible, I will at least leave the construction of one leg so that you guys can actually see how that all goes together. But I need to go and get this whole thing figured out. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'm the MadPuck66. I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Always the live builds here on Lego Fortnite. Always big, always epic. Yeah. And sometimes we do some tutorials, but it's, like I said, it's always awesome. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I will see y'all next time. Oh, that didn't do my thing, my video. Video.
You like love sour, then you should come try my